Next up on the call is Dawson Odums, head coach at Southern University. Southern defeated Alabama A&M in overtime 20-17. This week they'll travel to Arkansas and face Arkansas at Pine Bluff at 2:30. Good morning, Coach Odums. Are you with us?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Good morning, Coach. If you could talk about your game with Alabama A&M and preview Pine Bluff.
Well, it was a great day here. Great environment. Good football. They played extremely well. We had a good game plan. Had to stop their running game. I thought we did a decent job of that. It came down to the wire. A couple incidents happened at the end of the game that we was able to be on the positive side, and we ended up kicking a field goal, sending it to overtime, and ended up kicking another field goal and winning overtime. But I take my hat off to Coach Jones, man. He's an outstanding guy, and it was a heartbreaking loss for him and his team, and I know I had a long ride back, but just an outstanding coach, and I'm just thankful I get a chance to speak with him and know him. But it was a great win for our program. It put us in position to continue to control our own destiny, and we're excited about it. Didn't play as well on offense as we'd like, but we're going to tweak some things and just continue to get a little bit better. Pine Bluff, we haven't beaten those guys in a while. It'll be homecoming. They'll be energized. They can score some points. We're going to have to play outstanding football as a team. They throw it around a little bit on offense. Instantly, they're giving up some rushing yards, but they've been in football games, and if the ball bounced differently at the end, they'll be on the plus side in the winning category in some of those football games. But Coach does an outstanding job of getting his football team prepared, and we know it'll be a hostile environment going down there for homecoming. But we're excited to be where we are, and we look forward to the next challenge.
All right, the floor is now open for Dawson Odums, head coach at Southern University.
Hey, Coach. It's Reed with the Advocate. How you doing this morning?
Doing great. How you doing, Reed?
Doing well, Coach. Without divulging too much, what are you expecting to tweak a little bit within the offense that you just mentioned?
Well, just trying to find some chemistry there. We're throwing the football, we're moving it from the 20 to the 20. But we didn't have many red zone opportunities on Saturday, so we got to do something to try to get that football in the end zone. And we got playmakers, and I'm gonna challenge you guys this week to step it up, and let's see if we can't get back to playing the kind of offensive football we know we can play.
Whenever you just mentioned the word energy, and whenever you're talking about your offense, there's Willie Quinn with energy provided all throughout the year. The big 33-yard touchdown reception. And then the big return of off, all the way down to the 49, set y'all up in good position at the end of regulation. Can you just talk about him for a little bit and what he brings to the offense and the dynamic that he is to your football team?
Well, I think when you see him on film, you have to question if this guy as good as advertised. But when the players get out on the field and go against him, they find out real quick. He's a small statured guy, but with a big heart, and he possesses some skills, assets that are not blessed to a lot of individuals. I mean, he is a prime-time football player, and that makes big-time plays when we need him, and we're excited to have him on our football team.
Everything's okay with his back? Everything is fine with that? I know he came back in the game.
Well, around here, if you can go back in the game, you definitely should be all right. So, we was excited about that. He's tough, man. I'm telling you, he's from out of Miami, man, the inner city, but he's a tough kid that understands the mindset that it takes to win football games. And when we need him the most, he came up big for us.
I guess the place-kicking issues going forward, is this an ongoing competition now with the way Matt performed Saturday, or is Greg, back inserted as the kicker, you don't lose your job because of an injury, or how do you foresee what's going to happen on the place-kicking duties from this point forward?
Well, we always tell the next guy around here, be ready for your opportunity. And what Matthew was able to do was cash in on being ready for his opportunity. You can't worry about where you are on the depth chart. You just have to have the mindset to just believe that, you be positive for the other guy that's in there. And if something ever gives you an opportunity or something ever go wrong, you be ready for your opportunity. Greg is our kicker. he was injured, and the next guy got to step up, and that's how we look at it. You don't lose your job because you got injured. It's a reason he earned the job. So Greg will be our job, but we have confidence in the next guy now. So that's the kind of football team we have, and that's the kind of football team we want to continue to build around here as we become a program. The next guy got to step up.
Coach, as a guy that cares about his players, how happy were you for Matthew to make those kicks after what happened against the same team the previous season? And he comes back the next year, and just ironically, he gets an opportunity to go in there and make some crucial kicks for you and delivers.
Well, what I try to explain to our guys, man, control what you can control, and don't worry about the things you cannot control. And last year, it was unfortunate for us, but it's amazing how karma works, man. You got to be positive, you got to stay focused, and we got to stay hungry, and we got to keep believing. And it's amazing when you get your opportunity, when you stay in that right frame of mind, how easy it is to execute. And he did an outstanding job, and I told him all along, it's even some practices he don't even get to kick because we worked the first guy. But keep your head up, man. Don't ever show your mannerisms. Don't ever become negative. Just be ready and stay positive and stay focused, because if you play this game long enough, opportunity has a way of presenting itself, and I was so happy for that young man.
You jump out to that 14-0 lead. Things are looking great. Then Drake commits a turnover. Why did the offense kind of sluggish after such a great opening drive to start the game? What did you see on tape that Alabama A&M is doing that did? They're a great defense statistically, but what did they do specifically against your defense? Against your offense to hold y'all down after basically the first drive?
Well, I think they're a very good defensive football team, but a lot of it was self-inflicted wounds. I think we overthrew the ball a lot. It wasn't our quarterback's best night. Dre didn't have his best night, but it's okay. We were able to win the football. We was able to win the football game anyhow. So he got to move on. But a lot of those throws were high, which led to a lot of interceptions. So if we just got to get our fundamentals back, we got to work on the little things, and we got to work on our execution. If we execute, we can play with anybody on offense.
Is this team starting to gain a lot of confidence? The momentum starting to build. 3 out of 4, and really an inch or two higher pass from Dre to Bradley Coleman a couple weeks ago, and y'all would have ripped off 4 in a row here. How is the confidence of the team, and y'all starting to build some momentum going forward down here the stretch?
Well, it's October. We're not watching baseball. We don't have time, but it's a playoff atmosphere, man. If anybody that understands college football understands that the month of October is really the month that separates you from everybody else, and you got to dominate in October. Like I told them, the first 5 games of the season will have no bearings on where they go from here. They're in the books. They're over with. So now we put another game behind us, and you just got to regroup, refocus, and just be excited and come out to practice with some energy and focus on what we got to get done. We got a new opponent to focus on. Let's go play the next game.